So now we're going to look at keywords. And for me, keywords are like the core foundation of your LinkedIn profile. And there's a few reasons for this. So I suppose LinkedIn is just one big search engine. So I did a search for marketing and I got back nearly 44 million results across entire of LinkedIn. So this is just within the confines of LinkedIn. Like, this is not Google searching or anything like that. It just goes to show the volume of content that is on LinkedIn, that you get back nearly 44 million results for the word marketing. And then I did a bit more digging around and I put in the word digital marketing Cork. So I was using the search filter to kind of see what that would give me back. And even that gave me back 11,654 results. So again, it's not 44 million, but it's still a huge number to get through. And in another part of this course, I'm going to show you how to use filtering to kind of work on that number and get that number down a lot more. But I just want to show you that specific keywords refine searching. And also that, in my opinion, the LinkedIn search engine, it's quite blunt. So basically, if you put in the words digital marketing Cork, it will only return profiles that kind of match those keywords. So any individual to come back in that search will have a combination of digital marketing Cork. But this is great for us because we can kind of manipulate the search engine then a lot more. So now your keywords. Your keywords are really, really important, and I'm going to take you through a few steps now on how to find keywords and a couple of tips and tricks around this. So one of the best ways I found where you can find your keywords is through job descriptions. So when you're looking at a job description, it's absolutely fantastic because they're basically spoon feeding you all the keywords that you should be using to kind of pepper throughout your LinkedIn profile, but also into your CV. So for example, with this job for an accounts administrator, they say up here that AP experience is absolutely essential. So AP is accounts payable. And they also have said that, you need to work as part of a team, but they've repeated that twice. They have it up here and then they have it down here as well. Excel, Word and accounts package is desirable, so of course that jumped out at me. And then they say experience in reconciling control accounts and invoice statements, POD processing. These are all really important as well. So I suppose these are like really practical kind of skills that you need to have for this job. So what I would do, I would look at this job description, but I would also look at maybe 3-4 other job descriptions for the same job or for the same job title. And I would look at what keywords are repeating across all the job descriptions. And I would literally take them, and if I have those skills, if they're relevant to me, then I would pepper them throughout my LinkedIn profile. But we're also going to be mindful of them when we're using them for our headline. So that's one brilliant way of getting some keywords. And then another way is to use the dashboard. So LinkedIn will give you a lot of your keywords in the dashboard. So in your LinkedIn profile, we are going to scroll down and you're looking for this grey box and it's called your dashboard. And what we're looking for is the third section here, and it says search appearances, and there'll be a number in there. Now, you may have a very small number, it could be like 5 or 7, or you might have a bigger number. But this is clickable, so we're going to click on that. And then we get into our weekly search stats area. So you can see my profile appeared in searches 111 times between the 16th of July and the 23rd of July. Now it gives us 3 very good pieces of data, and the first one is where your searchers work. So you can see here they give you up to maybe five different types of companies. They can't tell you who in those companies is searching for you or has done a search and your profile appeared in that search, but they can tell you the names of the companies where the people work. And the second one is what your searchers do. And again, they will give you 5 different types of very general job titles. So for me, my kind of target market, the people I'm trying to influence, are like business owners, business founders, and CEO. So you're always looking for alignment. So I can see here I have business founders and I have business owners, which is really good. And then I also deliver a LinkedIn for Sales course, and I'm happy to see up here that salespeople have been searching my profile. 11% of the searches were done by salespeople. Now for you as a job seeker, ideally what you'd like to see here would be a lot of recruiters, talent acquisition, HR people, but also maybe heads of teams. So if you're in engineering, there could be a head of engineering who may have the decision on who they hire coming into the team or not. But you're just always looking for alignment here. Who are you trying to influence, and are they appearing? Are you appearing in their searches? And last, down here, you have keywords your searchers used. Now, I just have to say one thing on this, that sometimes if you have a very low number of searches, if you have 5, 7, 10, 11 searches, frequently this section could be blank. And it's not that you've done anything wrong, it's just that your profile probably hasn't been optimized strongly enough to appear in a certain number of searches. And if we take a look at the words appearing for me, you have content specialist, digital marketing executive, head of digital, graphic designer, and postgraduate. So content specialist, that's excellent. I'm very happy with that. Digital marketing executive, that would have been in a previous role. Head of digital, that's brilliant. Graphic designer and postgraduate, they're not really relevant at all to what I do now, but I know where graphic designer is coming from, because in a previous work history that I did, I would have said liaised or coordinated with graphic designers, and I have a postgraduate, so that word is appearing on my profile. And these words change, from week in and week out. You'll see different words here, but not all of them will be relevant. But if you can get core ones that are relevant and you have them appearing consistently week in, week out, then you know you're doing something right. And just a final point on this, content specialist, somebody, a lot of people have to have searched for content specialist, and my profile has to have appeared numerous times for this word to appear here. So imagine if you are working in accounts, but your profile has only appeared 7 times and there's no word that it keeps on appearing for, then this section will be blank. But this is a really, really good reflection of what state your optimization is in, and is it relevant for what you do now? Or are there words appearing for previous jobs that you did and you're trying to move away from those sections? So I would strongly suggest that you keep an eye on this section every week, and that you have a little look at where your searchers work, what your searchers do, and what keywords you're appearing for. So that's it for this section. So I have a couple of questions for you now after looking at those parts of the keywords. So number 1, does your current headline reflect everything that you do, all the skills and all the experience that you have? Number 2, are you selling yourself and your abilities to the max? Number 3, you are way more than the default setting. So you're so much more than your job title and your company. And number 4, your headline needs to be a combination of your keywords, and some people like to use their current job title or their desired, and it has to have a bit of your story as well. And we have to fit all of that into 120 characters. And lastly, please remember to just keep it updated and in line with your career as well. So now I want you to do a task, and I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen. And next I want you to write down a list of your keywords, but I'm going to give you some help around this. So firstly, I want you to think of all your industry buzzwords, the cool words in your industry. I want you to think of all your strengths. What do you like doing in your job? I want you to think of all your skills that you've built up over the years, and soft skills. So are you really good at interpersonal communication? And lastly, think about just practical elements of your experience that you've built up over the years. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a big list, maybe about 15 to 20 words. And we're not going to overthink it now by any means. It's literally just writing a list of, if we could get 15 to 20 words, that'd be great. So I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Now, I want you to take a look at that big list that you've written, and I want you to circle all the words that you think best reflect you, where you're at now in your career and where you'd like to be. Next, I want you to write a very short 4 to 5 word headline. So thinking about what you like doing in your role, or what you would like to do if you're not currently working, and where you want to go next with your career. And we're just going to write a really short 120 character headline, and I'm going to show you how to update that next.